Governor Wes Moore now responding after Fox 45 was misled by the Maryland Judiciary over the release of public records.
As Project Baltimore's Chris Papst explains, the governor says he believes in transparency, but the question remains whether the Maryland Judiciary will comply with the request.
It's not just Maryland's largest industry.
Project Baltimore came to this event in Baltimore County.
But this is just such an important heartbeat.
To speak with Governor Wes Moore about transparency concerns involving the Maryland Judiciary.
They told us we were going to get the records, and then they told us we're not going to get the records. That's not really how government should work, is it?
Yeah, I believe government should be transparent. I also know that I control the executive branch, and so I don't control the judiciary branch or how they roll out their policies.
Do you find this acceptable?
I am very big into transparency. I also know, at least in the case of that, it's a separate branch of government. I don't control what the judiciary does. We believe in transparency, and we think it's important.
We were asking the governor about the results of this public records request that Project Baltimore filed with the Maryland Judiciary in January, seeking to obtain court rulings for juveniles who commit serious crimes. These records would better help us understand who's in school with your children, because we could see if juveniles are incarcerated or released, and which judge issued the ruling. For months, the state said, our request was being processed. The judiciary even told us by July 4th, we'd begin receiving records. But then, on July 21st, the judiciary closed our request, explaining it is not obligated to create and then produce the records.
I think there should for sure be an internal investigation into what happened.
Maryland State Delegate Lauren Arkan, in response to Fox 45's reporting, wrote this letter to the Chief Justice of the Maryland Supreme Court, Matthew Fader, asking what steps the Maryland Judiciary is currently taking to provide swift and reliable access to this critical public information. She has not yet heard back.
The victims that I've spoken to are incredibly disturbed. They feel like they've experienced very similar stonewalling in their own personal cases.
To try to get answers concerning this lack of transparency, Project Baltimore requested an interview with Chief Justice Fader. The judiciary wrote back saying it's reviewing our request. But that was last week. So we wrote back saying, we spoke with Governor Moore regarding this issue. He said transparency is important. We hope the Maryland Judiciary agrees and will grant Fox 45 an interview.
Do you think the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court should address this issue?
Well, I have a deep respect for Chief Justice Fader, but I also know that the judiciary branch, they have their policies, and I can't intervene in the judiciary branch.
The Maryland Judiciary did not officially deny our request until we threatened to sue them earlier this month. Since we still have not received any records, we are considering our options. But remember, in 2017, Fox 45 sued Baltimore City Public Schools over public records. In that case, a city judge ruled that the school system willfully and knowingly violated the law by withholding the documents. We will keep you posted as we continue to try to get records from the Maryland Judiciary. I'm Chris Papst, and this is Project Baltimore. I'm Chris Papst. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea, please send us a message.